Hello guys, welcome to my channel. And today we will be opening and testing my new set of Caran Neocolor II. Well, it's not that new in fact. I bought it last year and the main reason why I bought it was because it was on sales. I mean, I had a very mild interest in this art material before, but it's never been my priority. Up till I saw it on discount, and right away it has become a very desirable item. So I bought it just under 40 euros. I bought it in France, and the normal price is more around 55 euros. And as I said, I've never used it, and since I brought it from France, it was just sitting peacefully on my shelf. But today we are gonna change that because one of my 2026 resolutions is to actually use my stash of art supplies. So let's start. As you can see, it's still under the plastic, and we are gonna open it right away. That's such a nice moment. Oh, yes. So we see, oh, okay, I will show you. So this is made of paper. And if you actually cut it, we will do it straight away. You can see some swatches. That's cool. We will use it. And here you have a very nice, very chic, well, for the price, it's better be, tin box. And they even give you a stickers. Like this. I'm not sure why would I need them, but okay. And a piece of paper to highlight how chic and expensive the thing is. And here are the crayons itself. So there are 30 colors here. Of course, you can find a bigger sets, and you can also find small sets of unique colors that were dedicated to like 50 years of Caran or something. But in the shop where I found them, I think it was the biggest set available. And the price was, I guess, the most interesting for this one. So I took it. I hope 30 colors will be enough to create some artwork. And let's move to swatching. So just to let you know that I never used this kind of crayons before. The closest thing I used was oil pastel, but I suspect it will be quite a different thing. Okay, we start to swatch with lemon yellow. Oh wow, it's bright. It is quite bright. Okay. I think I will actually speed up and skip this part of video because I assume it will be boring for you just to see how I test, how I swatch 30 crayons one by one. So here are all of the 30 colors swatched. Swatching was quite easy because all the crayons are arranged in the same way as the swatches. So no need to look for the color. And the colors are quite bright. You have, I would say, a nice range, at least for a 30 color set. The only color that I really did not like was this one, the yellow-green. It looks quite artificial and quite neon, I would say. I would have preferred to have something a bit more natural to draw grass. But we'll see. We'll see how will it work. And now I also want to test them with water because as you remembered, if I mentioned before, They are actually water-soluble pastels or crayons. So I took my old sketchbook that still has some pages left. I took a little brush and I have a glass of water. It's actually a beer glass, just to tell you. So I live in Belgium. Belgium is super famous for the beer, and every beer brand has their own glass. So they are all shaped differently, they're all designed differently, and some people actually collecting this. And if you are a beer brand in Belgium and if you don't have your own glass, you are like really, yeah, you are not well regarded. So let's start. Let's watch a few colors. Well, first of all, let's find the empty page. And we did. And let's start swatching. I don't think I will be swatching all 30 colors because I'm a bit lazy, but maybe I will swatch a couple to see how it would react. This one is very beautiful. You will see very beautiful color. Okay, let's also do black. So that's what it gives. Oh, nice. I thought that you will actually see the traces of crayon, but here, at least with the red and yellow, I can see that it's actually very soluble, that you have no traces whatsoever. That's cool. Okay. The same goes for this. Well, I guess it also depends on the paper, on the quality of it. And the black, yeah, even the black. So you can see that there is no trace of crayons visible. Wow. I did not expect that. And maybe let's try also to do some kind of a gradient and see how do they mix together. So we will be just having a little gradient from yellow up till the red. And maybe also just to see, for example, if I want to take a rose one and I want to mix it with blue. Can I mix it with a blue? Let's see what it gives. So the gradient works quite well. So you can do a pretty smooth color transitions. Okay, let me put a bit more light. And the color mixing, I'm not convinced. I am not convinced. Let's try different colors. Let's try red and blue. Hmm. Ah, I am still not convinced. The color doesn't seem to be very great. Just put it one above the other. Ooh. I mean, it gives you some kind of violet. I guess, but I wouldn't mix it too much. I don't like the color. It seems to be pretty dull violet, so it's not gonna mix like a watercolor, not at all. And also, you can see that the swatches that I made before, they started to dry, and you actually can see a bit of traces of crayon. Not a lot, and maybe if I would insist more, if it would disappear. If I would insist more, I mean, if I would move my brush more, it would have disappeared completely. But so far, you can see a little bit of trace. But still, I guess for the background, it's okay. And so here I am 1 week later with my final thoughts about Caran Neocolor II. First of all, one thing about the box. So it is very cute. It's quite sturdy, looking nice. But you can see that if you really push the crayons here, there is a little hole. So I can tell you that for 10-15 minutes, I was looking for a missing crayon until I actually counted them and they are all here. So yeah, it's just made in this way that you have a hole here. It's slightly irritating to me, to be honest. But this is life. C'est la vie. Also, let's check the dry swatches. So at first I thought that you could completely dilute Neocolors with water, but you cannot. You can see that there are still strokes visible. Also, mixing the colors is challenging. In many cases, you can just get some dirt instead of a pretty new color. So as a conclusion, Neocolors cannot replace a traditional watercolor. I did see some people who were using a wet brush to pick up the pigment directly from the crayon, or who were using shavings from the crayons and diluted in water to apply as a paint. But I don't see why would I be doing this if I have 3 professional watercolor sets at my home. Unless maybe it could be used for traveling. I don't know. But again, I don't see taking this with me for a travel. And now let's move to the 3 drawings that I made with Neocolors II. So the first drawing is a little winter landscape. It's just a usual mixed media paper. Also, I added a cute fox and a rabbit to make it more interesting. And yes, I do realize that in nature, they would never be sitting like this together, and that rabbit would have been probably already eaten. But this is my art, so I don't care. They are friends here. So just to let you know, I used both wet and dry technique here, and here is my conclusion. So first of all, if you planning to use water, go color by color with it. So, for example, if you want to dilute sky, first put the lighter colors of the sky, dilute it, and then move, wait till it dries, and then move to the forest, for example. Otherwise, the pigment is lifted up so easily that if you if you try to dilute it with other objects on the paper, it can create a matte. For example, here you can see that I touched with the trees of the forest. Here I touched, I don't know, tree, and it created matte. So you should really be organized and you should plan and you should go from lighter colors to darker colors. So second, these crayons, they do not smudge as easily as oil pastels. So you cannot just put it on the paper and then apply your finger or whatever, or cotton bud to mix it. It just doesn't work. Also, I was quite deceived by the quality of white crayon, not by the quality, but rather by how it is in general, because you can use it for to mix the color, so to blend them together, and you can use it to lighten up the color, the darker colors that you put already on the paper. But it is not opaque enough to use it for the highlights. So if you will want to have highlights, you will need probably to use additionally gouache or acrylic. So here you can see that on the trees, I used acrylic marker. Not sure I like how it looks like, but it was the only way. In general, this painting or drawing was quite stressful for me because I didn't know yet the material, because I tried to work in my usual technique of layering first and thinking later, but it does not work like this with crayons. Let's move to the second drawing. So this time I decided to test it on the black paper. And I decided to draw some kind of a mysterious forest with a waterfall. I wanted to test if Neocolors will be bright and opaque enough for the black paper. And as you can see, they are not. It was a real challenge to layer them up sufficiently so you can see something here. And all of the colors are quite muted. Also, one more thing about Neocolors, considering the size of crayon, you cannot get a lot of details. Here it's A5 size of paper, and it's clearly not enough if you are like me into details. I used both wet and dry technique here, and then I used a lot white crayon to make things at least a little bit more visible. I did not use any white gouache or acrylics here. Somehow, at least for this painting, it was enough for me, this white crayon. Maybe I should have used it though. I don't know. I was fed up at some point with this drawing. So here it is. And the last but not the least, I did a little drawings of figs on so-called a craft paper. In reality, it's just a piece of carton that I found in the box with biscuits. And yes, I do realize that I have 57 empty sketchbooks and paper blocks, plus some started sketchbooks, and I still use a scrap paper. But I like it. I don't know why. Here I only used dry crayons. I did not apply any water. And this is the first drawing which I finally managed to enjoy. Maybe also because the subject is quite easy to draw, and I already drew it before. And that's actually one of the reasons why I decided on it, because I wanted to compare with another similar drawing that I made, but with oil pastels. You could see here that Neocolors are a bit brighter, but I think it's just due to the choice of color and slightly better skill, because this one was made a couple years ago. Also, I would say that with pastels, you get a bit more texture with oil pastels. Yes. Mm, and also, the good thing about Neocolors, though, that they don't smudge as much as oil pastel. So here you can see there is a lot of smudging. There is, yeah, it doesn't look clean. And here it's quite okay. Yeah. So just to conclude, to be honest, I do not think that Caran Neocolors 2 will become my favorite art supply. I cannot get enough details with them, and sometimes, yeah, the blending, I don't enjoy it that much. But what I did like about it is a challenge. So this kind of exercises when you try completely new, completely weird art material just makes you motivates you to think differently, to try new ways, to yeah, to just get out of your comfort zone. And this is something I really enjoyed. And as a last thing, I also, yeah, the price is just so expensive. It's crazy. I mean, it is a Swiss brand. What could I expect? But yeah, for just crayons, it's a bit too much. So that's all. Let me know which one of my drawing did you prefer, and come back to my channel for the new videos, which hopefully I will post soon. Bye bye.